This jab from from Fernandez there, sorry. 2 from Fernandez. Fernandez looking better than he normally does, from what I've seen him original scene already. Because the spacing on his shots is usually kind of dog early, but he's already cracking Bellato a little bit here. Nice body shots. Nice body knee from Luke Fernandez. Hook from Fernandez in the clinch. In the clinch now, he's got him up against fence. He's got decent head position in here. Nice hard knee to the body from Fernandez. Knee back from Bellato. Knee back from Fernandez. In the clinch. Boom! Big hook in the clinch from Fernandez. Nice jab from Fernandez there. Down the hook to the body from Bellato. Bellato whiffing on it too. Fernandez kind of stalking forward, landing shots. Kind of at a high output here. He's not really throwing too much in combination, but he's throwing a lot of punches early. Bellato's getting pieced up. Big 2 from Fernandez. They're in the clinch again. Bellato's forcing it this time. Lands a knee. Now they're out. Bellato's nose is already looking a little busted up here, looking pretty red. Fernandez bolts forward with a 3, gets lightly countered. So far, Bellato, the stats say he's only landed 1 head strike. That's just not true. He's landed 3. That's 4 right there. At least. I've counted at least 4. Outside Loca from Bellato. Teep from Bellato. There we go. Keep on the edge of that range, Bellato. There we go. Rodolfo Bellato. Jab. Barely lands. Fernandez hops in with a 3. Fernandez did some. Bellato drops him! Bellato drops him! Boom, boom. Hammer fist from Bellato. It's on top of him. Big shots from Bellato. It might be over soon. Bop, 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 bop. It's over! Rodolfo Bellato. Out of nowhere. Nice. Nice work from Bellato. Round 1 KO. Wow. Wow. What did I say, man? Fernandez rushed it. He rushed it. And what did I say? Not good spacing on the shots. Got countered with, what was that, an uppercut? Got dropped, and, man, Bellato was on him. He was on him immediately. Good stuff from Bellato. I want to see the replay on that. That was a nice shot. Nice shot. Good on Bellato being patient. Fernandez was trying to push a pace and piece him up early. But Bellato did a real good job at just staying patient. Oh, look. It was that left hook. It landed right on the chin. Right on that button. They were in the clinch. He kind of pushed him out of the clinch and then threw it off the break of the clinch. Really nice. Really nice from Bellato being able to see that. Nice. He checkmated him. It was a straight up checkmate. Why do you need to see anything? It is a UFC watch party. What do you want to see my ugly face? Is this what you want to see? I look like a freaking twig version of Dustin Poirier right now. Yeah, that was a real nice KO from Rodolfo Bellato, man. Good stuff. He was getting pieced up early, though. Fernandez was just going after it. But he was kind of sloppy with it. Like, it wasn't a good game plan from Fernandez. Hello. But yeah, I really like how patient Rodolfo was. Even though, he was getting pieced up, he knew this guy's sloppy. He's going to overswing, And he kept going in the clinch, and he saw that there was an opening in the clinch, right? And so, he set that up perfectly. The way he just forced the clinch like that. Fernandez got sloppy in the clinch, and then Bellato just pushed in the clinch, and then landed that beautiful 3 right on the chin, right there. Just landed right on the button, got him down, just pounded him out. Just kept pounding. Just it was fast ground and pound shots, too. It's not like boom, boom. It was ba, 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 ba. They weren't even that damaging. It's just, he was just making Fernandez scramble to the point where it's he couldn't do anything. He was just getting hit over and over and over and over again to the point where, Bellato eventually had the back. And it was a really nice finishing sequence from Bellato. I liked it. I like Rodolfo Bellato, man. He's kind of fun. The Navo Sterling fight was but yeah, that was good. That was good stuff from my boy Rodolfo Bellato. Man, I can't wait till I get something other than a phone to record on. I forgot. Probably gonna turn the man. He really did get busted up. His nose is still bloody and stuff too. Let's hear his post-fight speech. He did. What do you mean? What do you mean? Who's winning? Bellato got a KO. I've already explained it. I've already explained it. He got a really nice. It's like so. Fernandez was piecing him up early, right? Fernandez, this guy Lou Fernandez was piecing this dude up early, but then freaking Bellato, he was being smart. Fernandez was rushing it. He was being sloppy, and Bellato saw that there was a skill differential, and he saw that there was an opening in the clinch. So next time he forced the clinch, he pushed him just a little bit. Pushed him, and then bink! There's a short little left hook that landed right on the button, like here on the chin of Fernandez. Dropped him, and then just went crazy. Just hopped on him, and just went pop, 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 pop. Ground and pound shot after ground and pound shot. Just crazy fast ground and pound shots. Forcing Fernandez to turn to the back, and then he just kept pounding, and the ref had to call it off. But it was a really, good finishing sequence from Rodolfo Bellato. That was nice. That was nice for him to be patient like that when he was getting busted the fuck up. Because he did get busted up. That fight lasted, not even 3 minutes? Maybe 3 minutes? And most of it was Fernandez just freaking going after it and making it dirty and making it rough. And, Bellato looks... it looks more busted up than Fernandez because Fernandez only got, dropped, and it was just that finishing sequence that he got hurt in. Before that, it was almost one-way traffic for Fernandez, but, not in the good way, he wasn't being smart about it. Yes, hello to everyone. I knew my boy Rodolfo Bellato would get that one done. I knew it. Who you guys got in the next fight? Rafael Tobias versus Daher Zaigarua. Or what the fuck is his name? They're going to show it in a second. Oh, it's Daher Nurgozai. I got Rafael Tobias by submission. This guy, this is a setup matchup. This matchup's so stupid. Because Daher's got submitted twice in the UFC. Right? By freaking Brendanson Ribeiro and... was it Oran Saltibaldiev? I still laugh anytime I hear that name. And now this dude is fighting Rafael Tobias, who's a prospect all contender series, and most of his wins are by submission. It's just stupid. It's just okay, well, what do you think about Rafael Tobias? For real, what? Oh, what, that freaking Daher Nurgozai's gotten submitted twice, and now he's basically being set up fighting a contender series guy that's got most of the submissions? Yes, the UFC makes dumb matchups like this. Okay, well, who do you have in the freaking... And the real most anticipated fight of the night? Michael Johnson versus Drew Dober, because that's going to be absolute carnage. Who you got in Dober Johnson? I got Dober by a comeback round 3 TKO. I'm feeling good today, man, dude. I had a real good training session this morning at the MMA gym. I'm gonna be in a freaking training camp with a pro fighter. Dude, it's like a boost in confidence, man. There's the compliments I was getting this morning. Dude, it's such a boost in confidence. I was trying to stay quiet and humble in the moment, but it just felt good, to get compliments from, people like that, and, fighters like that. about my skills. It was nice. Oh, of course they're showing Zuffa boxing. Oh wow, Zuffa boxing ads on a UFC card. Cool. I don't care. I don't care. You guys know what they gave Conor Benn? 15 million. 15 million for his next fight. That's a showman. He's getting 15 million. No UFC fighter's making that. Yeah, Dana's giving them 15 million. I can't really say Dana. Well, yeah, Dana. I feel like Dana doesn't have much control over the UFC, and I feel like the reason he's more excited about boxing is because he actually gets to have control over it. Meanwhile, UFC is more controlled by Paramount and Hunter Campbell. For real about what? What the Conor Benn thing? Yeah, Dana's giving a boxer. He's using the Paramount money. The Paramount gave him $7 billion to put on good UFC cards, and pay the fighters more. But what does Dana decide to do? Yeah, he decides to spend it on Zuffa boxing, and give Zuffa the boxers more money. And do I look like Dustin P-Head Poirier? I feel like, especially when I got it buzzed down like this, I look like Dustin P-Head Poirier. There's a lot less cauliflower here. I've got some on my left ear. Dustin looks like his ears are about to fall off damn near. Did you get a haircut? Yeah. Why do you ask? What, do you know me or something? Wouldn't be surprised. I got buddies that are subscribed to my channel. This is the but you will, okay. And I need, dude, in between these fights, if you don't mind, I need stuff to freaking talk about. I needed to talk about the card. It's awkward to sit in silence and just look at the stupid, just UFC highlights of fights I've already seen plenty of times before, and highlights I've already seen plenty of times before. What are they promoting now? Was that Misha Tate? Holly Holm versus Misha Tate. So what are they? Huh. How old am I? I'm 17 and a half. I turn 18 in June. I turn 18 in June. Yeah. I'll be having an MMA fight in June as well when I turn 18 in my hometown. I've had fights before, but not MMA, since it's illegal to fight MMA under 18 in my state. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba. Charles Oliveira's getting smoked. I do not like matchup. Charles Oliveira's getting smoked. The next live stream. I don't know when my next live stream probably won't be to the next UFC card. I might decide to do one before then, but I don't really know what to live stream about because I don't really have an audience that watches my live streams outside of a couple people, I guess. So I need to find a topic that I would rather that I want to discuss, but would rather do it in a live stream than a video. I don't know, watching back and react and watch parties to old fights maybe, or maybe breaking down fights that happened. No, that'd be more a video thing because I want that to be more organized. But maybe reacting to old fights, and I can't think of what else. Because usually make videos about stuff. I guess like I can talk about the stuff that's going on in MMA that I don't talk about in my videos, because I'm trying to shift the focus of my content. I'm starting to like, I don't really want to cover the drama aspect as much. I want to become a little more analysis oriented, do more fight breakdowns and stuff and technique breakdowns, do video like best techniques from this card video, like best and worst techniques from this card video, stuff like that. I've done a video like that before. And I'm gonna do it after this card. But yeah, I'll I think I'm gonna go get some paper real quick since I'm streaming on my phone. All right, since I'm streaming on my phone, I'm gonna get some paper so I can like note things down for what's going on in the card, just so I remember everything I want to discuss in my breakdown video. All right, and then I'll have like another section of the notes where it's like techniques, and one of them will be Rodolfo Bellato's KO. And I also want to discuss the way like Luke Fernandez is rushing in. Even though that was a short fight, that's a good fight to break down. It was really exciting too. I was worried for Bellato. He's getting stung up. I'm gonna go get some paper. Gonna go get some paper. I have returned with paper. And with this paper, I will be making notes about the event so I can remember to talk about it in my prediction video. Because I got brain damage, so I don't have a very good memory. Because I'm a fighter myself. There you go. Well, okay, see you, man. Perfect. They're gonna start the next fight. Alright. Let's go. Bellato. Okay. Overseas. Fernandez. Line right here. Set that. Set that right in my water bottle right there. Set it right there. It's time for a second. This thing about Fernandez is weird because he got bad spacing, but he's got, like, good timing on the shots. And he cracks hard. He's got bad footwork, poor footwork. Open for counters. I should have put Bellato by KO instead of decision. Yeah. When are they gonna start the next fight? Jeez. I guess they're doing a second round of ads. Like we haven't had enough already, right? That's still online. That's crazy. Ba, 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 ba. Arugarugaru nene taino nene natagata daddy nene mano to the dada say datari enona enanena tiratani nenu. Half out the bias. Half out the bias kind of looks like a little bit like Vulture Walker, but leaner. Well, lean, because Walter Walker isn't lean. Dyer Nurgazai looks like a buff history teacher. No, like a buff English teacher. So he looks like Dyer Nurgazai looks like, he looks like a buff English teacher. That's what he looks like, man. Or not English. Whatever language they speak in, what is that flag? Jeez, is that Kazakhstan? Or is that Uzbekistan? That's one of the two. Uzbekistan. I'm pretty sure they just speak Russian. Yeah, so it looks like a Russian teacher. I bet the bias got some crazy looking eyes. I'm picking you by submission, bud, so you better deliver, man. Better deliver. This Dire Nurgazai has gotten submitted twice in a row in the UFC. Kinda sucks from what I know about him. You had a good submission off the Contender Series, I believe, so you should sub him easily. Ears open. Stuff they're writing. Put your glasses on, something will be wrong. On her side, it's not too late. You guys know that 1997 Berserk opener? How the fight started. Nice little outside low kick from Dire Nurgazai, and Tobias whiffs on an outside low kick. Nurgazai, the southpaw stance here, coming forward. Been kind of heavy on the front foot, but kind of using it as momentum to like swing some heavy outside low kicks early. Wow, Tobias freaking switches stances and whiffs on a freaking terrible 3. Please shoot a takedown, Tobias. You're a grappler, man. I mean, he's got KOs, but they're ground and pound TKOs for the most part. I believe. Measuring distance, Tobias with a naked body kick. Nice little teep from Nurgazai. Nice little feint 2 from Nurgazai. Nice 2 to the body from Nurgazai. Teep from Nurgazai. That pushes Tobias against the fence, but now they're back in the freaking space. Nurgazai on the outside low kick again. Well, Nurgazai can't really grapple, but he can strike. Nice body shot that he snuck in there. I mean, Nurgazai looks decent on the feet. I'm not going to lie. He looks kind of solid. Nice 2 to the body from Nurgazai. He's covering that distance really well. Really well. What's on that? Doesn't land a teep kick. Tobias starting to get a good read on him. Can I get mobbed? Why? Why? There's no one else here. There's no one else here. Plus, I don't really know you. Rule number 1 of being able to be. Ow! Nurgazai knocks him down. What in the early stoppage? What in the early stoppage? Okay, not early stoppage. Never mind. It was a nut shot. Dude, Nurgazai, what the hell? So we knocked him down, and then there was a nut with a nut shot, I believe, and then continued to follow up. Okay. Oh my gosh! Nurgazai literally just uppercutted him in the fucking nuts. Through my glasses. Dude, that's hilarious. Dude, watch Fight Yourself on Paramount Plus. Dude, Nurgazai just punched him, uppercutted him in the fucking nuts, and it dropped Tobias. And guess what? As Herdeem was trying to rip him off, Nurgazai was still trying to stay attached and was still trying to punch him after the nut shot and after Herb Dean already tried to separate. He could get straight up DQ'd right there. He tried to go for a TKO after dropping a dude with a nut shot. Look at this fucking clown. Get him out of here. Nurgazai all the time he needs. Dude, take a point immediately, Herb. I don't care that that's just one. Dude. Because after he did that, he continued to follow up, and you had to tear him off of him. Like, he just wasn't listening to the referee for a solid 5 seconds and just kept throwing punches. It's unacceptable. Take a point, Herb. But guess what? Herb probably won't take a point. You know why? He's not a good ref anymore. That's why. Refs don't tend to enforce the rules as much. Yeah, that was clear. Nuts. Boom! Uppercut right to the stones. Alright, it's back on. Tobias is back in it. Okay. Big shots from Nurgazay. That's 1-4. Due to the body from Nurgazay. Nurgazay breathing heavy here. Ends a lead body kick. Nurgazay looking a little tense after the break in the round. Looking kind of patient in a way. If I were him, I'd be setting up a KO with how much damage he's been doing. And I think he's doing that. I think that's exactly what he's doing. He's trying to find the timing. Nice teep to push Tobias back. But these teeps aren't just pushing him back. They're doing damage. He's landing heavy. He's landing heavy teeps to the body. Tobias whiffs on a freaking high kick. Dude, Tobias, you can't strike. You can't strike, Tobias. Take him down, man. What are we doing here? Oh, boom. Big shots from Nurgazay. Going body head. Tobias whiffs again. Ugh! It's an ugly head kicks, Tobias. Ugh. Yucky. Yucky, yucky. Don't throw those. You throw one more of those shitty head kicks. Well, first off, none of them landed. And you throw another one again. You're probably gonna get countered with the check hook. You're gonna whiff on it and your chin's gonna be right there, served on a silver platter. Nurgazay one of them teeps. Nurgazay landed kick to the arms, aimed to be a high kick. Nurgazay has a little, he's got a little tick, like he touches his face a lot. Tobias lands nice straight right there. Oh my gosh! Tobias is freaking whiffing and Nurgazay's catching him with counters. Take him down, Tobias. Take him down, Tobias. You're a grappler, dude. Damn, he's getting busted up by Nurgazay here. Well, not exactly at this moment, but throughout the round, Nurgazay kind of whiffs on a counter thing as he tries to come forward. That was weird. When a guy does something like that, like Tobias, like you come forward and you hit him. Dude, what was that spinning wheel kick from Tobias? It was terrible. Round one to Nurgazay, by the way. Yeah, round one, 10-9 Nurgazay. 10-9 Nurgazay. And I write this down. Tobias looking like fucking dog shit. You got, I shower twice a day. Usually. No, it depends on the day. I shower if I go to morning the MMA morning jits, then like I'll shower after that. If I don't, then I'll just shower first thing in the morning. Then if I have evening MMA class, then I'll also shower after that. So I shower like 1 to 2 times a day. Why does nobody want to talk about the damn fights? This bull. I stream for the sake of talking about fights. Well, I guess making other people listen to me talk about fights, but still. Round 2. Not much has happened. And Nurgazay is starting to gas a little bit. Nice teep from Nurgazay. But he's whipped on the overhand. Nurgazay's doing a lot of weird stuff. He's like touching his face. It's like, it looks like he's like just been eye poked with the way he touches his face. It's a little tick that he has. Nice straight left down the middle from Nurgazay. Tobias felt that. But Nurgazay is not pushing forward because he's kind of gassed here. 2 from Nurgazay again. 2 to the body from Nurgazay. Tobias whiffs. Look, outside calf kick from Nurgazay. kind of touching each other's hands. That's a little body head from Nurgazay. Kind of Tobias tries to force a grappling exchange, trying to force a grappling exchange again, finally, in the clinch. Tobias finally going for that takedown. To be fair, on Tobias, it was kind of hard in the last round with the way Nurgazay was pushing the pace. It was kind of hard to shoot a takedown for him. So I understand why he didn't shoot last round. But this round, Nurgazay's kind of gassed. Perfect time to shoot. Tobias is at least smart enough to understand that. But he's really dumb on the feet, and I'm surprised that Nurgazay hasn't been able to clip him on a counter. He's just kind of... Anyways, they're in the clinch right now, and Tobias trying to... Got a little grip on the thigh there. He's on a single. Nurgazay's got his base up against the fence there. Nurgazay trying to reverse. Nurgazay throws a 6-3 to exit the clinch. Walking straight forward. Kind of forward let men. His footwork is and some of these UFC fighters, how do their coaches let them have this footwork? With the way Tobias is moving, man. He's kind of crossing his feet and shit. Dude, Nurgazay, why are you not blasting low kicks? You were able to use those calf kicks in round 1. Oh my gosh! Big shot from Tobias! Use those calf kicks so you can stumble him a little bit and you can avoid that from happening. And you can also, while being gassed, you can afford to have less output and just kind of rely on the calf kicks a little bit. But no. And Tobias gets a really nice takedown and is hammering him away. Hammering away. There you go, Tobias. Come on, Tobias. Boom. Big ground and pound shots and mount from Tobias. Big hooks. It's kind of smothering him. Smothering him and mount. Shoulder on the face. He's trying to work towards an arm triangle, looks like. Got one leg on the other side. But it was kind of a shitty attempt. And then he gets rolled over. Where was the setup on that arm triangle, Tobias? That was like the shittiest, maybe I'll go for a head and arm choke. Maybe. Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, wow. What's up, Jeffrey? How's Tel Aviv? How's Tel Aviv, man? Dazair Nurgazay Zingard here. Dude, I can't say his name without just smiling, dude. I don't know why. It's a funny name. It's a cool name. Nice ground and pound shot from Nurgazay. Tobias thought you're supposed to be the grappler. Nurgazay is a guy who's been submitted multiple times. Stop shelling up like that. Stop shelling up like that. The ref might stop it. Stop. Come on, Tobias. Keep him away from you. And now he's just kind of in his guard, and Nurgazay is standing up because he's smart and understands that Tobias has a good chance of submitting him, and the round's about to end, and they're both tired. They are gassed. They are gassed, man. They're gassed. Very gassed. Yeah, that's, off a... That's a closer round. See, because they both did damage. They both did good damage. I think... See, I think Tobias has it because the one time he rocked him, it was, really bad. Plus, he grappled this round. And he had control time. And he got a takedown. And so it's not that close around. And, he got him out and he was pounding him out. Then Nurgazay got a reversal and he was doing some work too. But I think Tobias did more work that round. Going into round 3. This still might end in a finish. This is an exciting fight. This is a good fight. The handshake, dude, they're so gassed. They've exhausted themselves. Especially in those grappling exchanges. Oh my gosh, Tobias is moving terribly. Dude, Nurgaze, you should be able to clip him. And Tobias just... You got to go for them takedowns. Nurgaze teeping. Starting this round off by teeping. He likes doing that, but they don't have nearly as much sting on him. And they're just kind of flicking teeps. That one was a pushing teep. But not really. It was more so like Tobias, like he could see the teep coming and he like bounced back with it, but still kind of got caught by it. Now that was a real pushing teep right there. I do not look like Harry Potter. I think I look like Dustin P-Head Poirier. With my ugly monkey ears and my fucking P-head. Got Nurgaze fainting on the jab, touching the freaking glove. It's not going to win either round then, and he got counted off that too by Tobias. Nurgaze again with that tick, freaking touching his face around his eyes. Dude, it's going to be a nightmare when this dude gets freaking eye poked. Dude, I'm sorry, I can just imagine, because he's already got that tick. Nice little teep from Nurgaze there. Outside low kick. Another outside low kick from Nurgaze. There you go. That's what you should be. That's what you should have been investing in more. Because you landed those a lot in round one early. I mean, got clipped by Tobias there with the little counter. Tobias, dude. Can you make a fucking read? He was hurt there. You should have went, ba-ba-ba. Come on. And his counter was pathetic, too. Tobias, what was that? And Nurgaze, why'd you not capitalize on that? And Tobias, why didn't you capitalize on that? Well, it's because they're not good UFC fighters. They're kind of shit. They're not shit, but no, they're not good. They're not decent. Nurgaze looks kind of decent in the first round of a fight. Both their fight accused kind of gone out the window. They're kind of swinging and not landing, and now they're in the clinch. Tobias, you were up against the fence. Why not shoot in? Why not get a body lock? Hold him there and work in a takedown. Nurgaze kind of fainting here. Well, not kind of. He's fainting here. That's all he's really doing. Big comeback. Comeback to... No. I've never been to the island. No. No, I don't want to be on the island. Ow! Nice outside calf kick from Nurgaze. Tobias is feeling those. Nurgaze, like, you could win the round off of literally just spamming those calf kicks. Not spamming, but just throwing. Just making it your primary shot. Nice shots from Tobias. Dude, Tobias, can you shoot a takedown, man? Shoot a takedown and throw some ground and pound and you'll win the round. It's a little bit slow of a round. Nurgaze hasn't done much damage, but he's outputting you. Come on. Tobias is starting to push the pace now. Nurgaze with the teep, but Tobias is back in. Don't be so heavy on the front foot. There you go. Switch stances. No, go back to southpaw. Go back to southpaw. Tobias. Tobias, you can move around in southpaw. Move around in southpaw. Cheating on me. Dude, what you talking about? Nice little jab from Tobias. Dude, why can't I just have like a normal live chat that actually talks about the fights? The last stream I had a freaking child that was trying to ask me to play Roblox with him. That was freaking weird. Finally, Tobias starting to grapple. Take him down. Take him down, brother. Get him down. Nice knee from Tobias. Tobias. Another knee from Tobias in the clinch. Nurgaze. Oh, he doesn't reverse him. Tobias still has control. Boom. Nice knee from Tobias again. And he's going to be in on that single. You had so much telegraph on that single. But he got it because Nurgaze is gassed. Good. You got to understand that he's gassed. You got 14 seconds left. Just pound him. Just pound him there. I mean, he's not really in a good position to pound him, to be fair. He's got the back. What's he going to do? 8 seconds left. Oh, a knee bar? He's going for a knee bar in MMA. Oh, wow. Cool. Going for a knee bar in an MMA fight. Well, the year probably won that third round. So, of output and damage, I don't think that takedown and those knees to the body winning the round. Nah, just like he needed to do like some serious damage. If he did some serious damage, just ba 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 on the ground, I'd be like, okay, he stole the round there. But no, Dyer got the round. I want to see the decision first, and then I gotta go get some food. Why do you... Dude, can you... Can you talk about UFC, please? Why you gotta play into this character? 7-8-2-2. Not even gonna give you the satisfaction of calling anybody other than him. Alright, 7-8. I feel like you're freaking James, this dude I know, in disguise. He likes joking about that Epstein stuff, too. Well, they're about to announce the decision. Dyer should win pretty easily. But it's one of those fights where it's like, I can kind of see Dyer getting screwed over. Okay, well, you're just a rage baiter. You're just a rage baiter.
After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest
30-27. 30-27. Really? You watch Butterbean? Dyer Nurgazay. Of course. 30-27 is crazy. Didn't win round 2. But you watch Butterbean? Did you say you watch boxing? Well, you watch old boxing fights from 30 years ago? It doesn't mean you watch boxing. You watch old boxing fights from 30 years ago. Doesn't mean you keep up with boxing and watch boxing. You watch current boxing? It's kind of shit, in it. I mean, skill-wise, it's way better now than it was then, obviously. For a lot of combat sports have evolved like crazy. Like, current boxers would beat the crap out of older generation boxers, especially like pre-90s. Because, like, the late 80s, early... Like, 90s is kind of when, like, boxing... Like, the skill in boxing went... Phew! You know? And then, like... Or, like, mid-2000s, it kind of hit another... Phew! Right? Well, That's that fight. It was a good, entertaining fight, but they're both kind of shit. Nurgazay got the dub, man. He does mainly strikes, like hooks. Yeah, no, why do you like watching a big old fat obese man just throw shitty punches? Fighting freaking plumbers. Fighting guys that are terrible. Butterbean was never good at all. Like, it's crazy that people are talking about Butterbean versus Mike Tyson. That's the thing about boxing. You got like gimmick matchups like that. It's so stupid. Like, why do you want guys that are the best in the world fighting guys that you know aren't good? Why do you have Alexander Usyk fighting Rico Verhoeven? Rico Verhoeven is a kickboxing world champion, not a boxing world champion. Oh, but Conor Mayweather. Yeah, it's a gimmick as well. It's a gimmick as well. You know, I personally don't care about, oh, it's money this, money that. I mean, with the Conor stuff, I kind of understand. It's Conor McGregor. It's big payday for both guys. But Rico Verhoeven, not a lot of people know kickboxing like that. I mean, Rico Verhoeven's like a kickboxing legend, kickboxing GOAT. If not the GOAT of kickboxing. But, I mean, if he's fighting in a boxing match with Usyk, obviously Usyk's going to win. Did pretty well. His stamina's so bad. No, he didn't do well. He fought guys that were shit. He fought guys that were shit, and he looked fine. He was decent for being a fat old a big fat boxer in the 90s, 80s, whatever. He wasn't that good. He wasn't good. He was fine. He was decent. He was beating guys that were shit. And he was a one-trick pony. Right, if you're able to make just one trick work, just over and over again on your opponents, you know what that means? It means that your opponents have shitty fight IQ, and they're not good because they're not able to read or adjust on the opponent. And what happened when he fought people that were kind of decent? Lost. Yeah, that's what happened. Badly. Because he's not skilled. When he fought guys that were like that were actually decent, he just got out skilled and messed up because he wasn't good. He was decent. People hype him up though, dude. There's people who hype up those like 80s and 90s boxers that were popular just for no fucking reason. I hype them up so much. Like, there's arguments that, oh, like this guy beats anybody ever, even though they're just a boxer and they're not even like a go-to boxer. It's just they were popular in the 90s. Oh wow, you saw some clips of them on TikTok. Cool. Like, go actually watch them fight. Go actually watch other guys fight. Man, I hate dude casual. The casual boxing fan base is irritating, man. That casual boxing fan base is really irritating. I'm gonna go get some dinner. Suma Dwergy versus Jesus Aguilar is about to commence. They're walking out right now. I think Jesus is gonna submit him. That's my prediction, anyways. Is that likely? I think so. I think so. I think it's a good prediction of mine, but I could see Suma Dwergy winning for sure. If it goes to a decision, it's probably gonna go Dwergy's way. But Jesus has more finishing potential, I'd say. I'm gonna go get some food, man. Troy Roberts, man. People forget, man. Troy Roberts. Crap, crappity crap. It's already round one. It's already round one. Troy Roberts. I forget about Troy Roberts, man. I know I've seen Troy Roberts fight, but I forget. Anyways, the fight is on. And Jesus Aguilar is in the clinch. Try and get a takedown here. But it looks like he's about to get reversed, but he doesn't. Very nice with that positioning. Just burying his face right into Sumo Dwarji's titty. Jesus Aguilar and on a freaking takedown here. And in the clinch. Jesus is in the clinch. And Sumo Dwarji breaks off. And now they're separated in distance. Yeah, dude, I'm not going to read anything you're saying during a fight. I'm not reading in between rounds, but low blow from Sumo Dwarji, cool. Now I could really think 58 KOs, 10 losses. But I mean, didn't have the worst run. Yeah, he lost 10 times. Anytime he fought semi-decent comp, he lost. Ken Woods, George Clark, Peter McKinley. Clean McKinley. Did pretty well. Okay, still lost. I won't say he did pretty well. He was only a threat because of his size, power, and timing on his KO shots. He also didn't have I mean, his footwork wasn't good, but he was able to position himself in good spots usually. Oh! Spinning wheel kick for Sumo Dwarji. So those are the things he excelled at. Mostly. Oh, wow. Jesus just freaking fumbling on the feet. This is Sumo Dwarji with Sonic kick. Jab lands to Sumo Dwarji. Tapping outside. Low kick lands to Sumo Dwarji. Sumo Dwarji looking kind of fast and jitterbuggy on his feet. Boom, boom, boom. A combination that lands on the guard of Jesus Aguilar by Sumo Dwarji. Sumo Dwarji whiffs on a high kick. Dude, why are you throwing high kicks just naked like that? Not off a counter, not off nothing. Don't even have good distance on it. So, you know what? I'm just going to throw my leg up there. Like, you're a UFC fighter. And you're flyweight. Same with you, Aguilar. What the fuck was that? Sumo Dwarji lands toes to the body. Oh, wow. Inside low kick from Sumo Dwarji that kind of breaks Aguilar's base a little bit. Side kick that lands. Aguilar lands a tapping front oblique kick. Two landed from Sumo Dwarji. Oh, wow. Sumo Dwarji throws Aguilar down to the ground. Amazing. People forget, man. I only picked Jesus Aguilar because I think he can fluke a submission. Late. But right now he's not doing so well in the grappling. Just getting kind of tossed around by Sumo Dwarji. They're back up, though. They're back up well. Boom, boom. Oh, wow. Aguilar whiffing on wild strikes. It's round one. He did well with his strikes using his weight, of course. He'll fail against someone who's faster. He'll fail against people who are more skilled. People who actually had good skill and good fight IQ. And who would actually adjust to him and fought him like you should fight a guy like him. Most of his opponents didn't do that because he handpicked most of his opponents, like a lot of boxers do. And that's not Butterbean's fault. It's the manager's fault for making mismatches like that. And it's like, oh, well, you got a guy who, to freaking casuals who don't understand what's going on, he's just an absolute beast, absolute legend, just because he's been promoted that way. It's like, no, he's not even that good. He just KOs shit. Guys that are shit. Boxing does have some rematches. Wrestling, I don't really watch wrestling that much. Not really interested. If I'm going to watch grappling, I'm going to watch submission grappling. Or maybe jiu-jitsu, but I mean, not often, but what do you mean, rigged wrestling matches? I don't really know much about that. I know that grappling, judging in grappling is very hard and very controversial. Because I've been, in my opinion, on the wrong side of, like, jiu-jitsu match scorecards. Sumo Darji's kind of blitzing in here with his straights. Looking nice. Spinning back and flying some Sumo Darji. Are we not going to set these up, or we're just going to throw these? I don't care if they're landing. Set them the fuck up so they actually do damage. Sumo Darji. Just simple shit you should know as a pro fighter. UFC fighters in the UFC make these mistakes all the time. And it makes me more confident. It's like, you know what? In like 5-6 years or whatever, when I'm in the UFC, I'm confident about how I'll do. Because like some of these guys are making mistakes, and it's like, I'm an amateur. I'm not even making those mistakes. Jake Paul's back. Moving around that. After the fight, I'll talk to you about that. It depends on what you mean by bad. You know what? No, I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's bad. He's got weird matchups, but I think he's proven that he's decent. He's decent. Sumidorji gets a nice little takedown there. In half guard. Pressing on Jesus Aguilar's mouth, trying to make it uncomfortable for him. Aguilar's flattened out. Aguilar's kind of getting on his side a little bit. Elbow from the top of Sumidorji. Aguilar's trying to get a knee shield in. Aguilar recovers guard. Very nice. Very nice from Aguilar. Some ground and pound shots from the top from Sumidorji. Just light little tippy tap ones. Aguilar trying to throw elbows from the bottom. One of them landed. Sumidorji kind of pushing his face around, trying to get past the guard. Aguilar, if you're going to try this hard to keep him in the guard, moving around like that, don't just throw elbows. Set up a submission. That arm is waiting to be armbarred. That one, yes! Collect the arm. Not like that. Not like that. And not that one. You went for the wrong arm, too. He was clearly baiting that one. The other one he could have caught him with. He was clearly baiting that armbar to stand up because he knew you were going to try and go for submissions there. Smart from Sumidorji. And he's even smiling about it. He knows. Most of the fights were rigged. I'm sorry, but if you think that, you don't know what's going on. His fights weren't rigged. There's no proof of it. There's absolutely zero proof of it, and they don't look like they're rigged. I think people just cope about that because they don't want to admit that an annoying guy like Jake Paul that used to just be a Vine guy, an annoying guy on the internet, is actually a decent boxer. Like, there's no proof that any of them are rigged. They don't look rigged. Oh, but the T-Wood KO. Yeah, that's just a nice KO. That's just a really good KO. Just admit that Jake Paul had a great KO. I mean, is it over a great opponent in boxing? No, but it is a great KO. But Jake Paul's decent. He survived round 6 with Anthony Joshua. Safe to say he's not terrible. I know it's because the way he was moving around and stuff. And he was like low-key kind of trying to shoot for takedowns and making it dirty. But he was just surviving. Subadori's whiffing on a lot of shit. And he falls on his own kick. Cool. And Aguilar whiffs on a shitty kick too. This is a shit fight. I mean, it's not boring, but they look like shit. Subadori's usually able to land a little bit better than this. Whiffs on a tracking 3 as he's moving to his left. But at the same time, that was kind of fine because it was to readjust on an angle, so that's acceptable. A bunch of hopping body kicks and teeps from freaking Aguilar. I don't know why he was doing that. And then he pats him on the butt at the end of the round. That's Sumadorji's round. Again. Dude, is the commentary seriously talking about Nasruddin Imavov right now? They have this little interest in the fight. Giraffe papers in the mail. Yo, is that big ass issue? We don't talk about big. Oh my, dude! Why are 2 of the people in my live chat have those usernames? That just crazy. Of course, it's freaking fight fans that have usernames like that. Just makes sense. Draft papers in the mail. I hope not. I certainly hope not. Round 3. I give less of a shit about the. I don't give a shit about this fight. I was picking Jesus. Jesus, can you just fluke a sub, please? Just fluke a submission. I'm starting to realize I should have just picked Sumadorji. He was the safe and reliable pick. There's always like 1 or 2 picks on the card where it's like, you know what, I'm going to risk this pick. Oh, wow. Aguilar leaping in with those ugly body shots. Ew. Not because they land well. No, they landed like shit. Like, And Sumadorji reverses him and gets a takedown. Cool. Aguilar's foot positioning is shit. Sumadorji's got a little body lock there, and he sits him back down. Very cool. Very nice. Aguilar scrambling up. Okay. Sumadorji throws him down. Is in side control. Has a grip over his leg, so Aguilar can use that to lock that arm down. And he has it locked down, but Sumadorji covers his thigh over Aguilar's face. And is in kind of a north-south-ish position, kind of looking to transition to a tech mount position, now transitioning to the back. Nice transition from Sumadorji. Weird that Aguilar didn't bail on that. Aguilar tries to scramble. Works. Aguilar's got position advantage in the clinch now up against the cage. 234. We're trying to do boxing. How long you been doing boxing, man? Oh, wow. Nice little hook from Jesus Aguilar. Nice lead jab from Jesus as well. Can you believe that? Jesus Aguilar just landed a clean strike in this fight. Sumadorji landed a straight 2 there. 2-3. That landed well. Look, it's like kind of tripped out on his leg. Not like knocked down or taken out, but like kind of mess with his base a little bit. Because both these guys just don't like position themselves very well when they throw their strikes. They're not able to get too much damage off. Aguilar's got bad head movement, man. I mean, I know he moves like this in distance. And now, dude, it's so funny. Because now that he's had just, anytime he's entered, just straight head, now all of a sudden he's like spamming shitty little head movement sequences. It's like he's telling the audience, look, I've got head movement. And a takedown here. Gets a takedown Sumadorji. But Sumadorji's kind of got a gilly here. Not really, just a front headlock. Now we stand up, exit the clinch. Sumadarji jabs are on the guard. Switches stances into southpaw as Aguilar tries to throw. He's landing ones. Sumadarji lands in ones and twos on the guard. Sumadarji's heavily breathing a little bit. Nice 3-2. Jab, jab, 2 from Sumadarji. Aguilar, you aren't Max Holloway. Why are you trying to move your head back? Stop throwing those ugly shots, Jesus Aguilar. What are you doing? Your chance is to take him down. Like, yes, Sumadarji was offensively grappling you, but he didn't have the best defensive grappling. There you go, Aguilar. Shooting a takedown. Should have done this 2 rounds ago. Well, he did shoot, but he should have shot more, is what I mean. Seem like a gamer. I am. I like a good... Ow, nice freaking 12-6 elbows on the top of that from Aguilar. Sumadarji just likes throwing unique-looking and dynamic strikes. They don't do much, but, like he's a good point fighter. A nice elbow that hurt Aguilar. Comes forward with a spinning wheel kick that doesn't really land, but a nice spinning body kick there. The elbow freaking cut his nose. But Sumadarji should have sat down and used your boxing. He needs to use his boxing more. Sumadarji has better boxing than he thinks he does sometimes. Like right there, that 1-1-2. You know what I mean? Do I have anyone watching? No, I don't. But boom. It says I have 0 viewers, and I keep getting, comments. Oh, wow. Aguilar whiffs on a body shot. Boom. Knee from Sumadarji. Hook from Darji. Aguilar's just whiffing and throwing. Boom. Big shot from Sumadarji. Jesus Aguilar's dumb. Boom. Sumadarji hurts him again and again and again. Round's over. 30-27 Sumadarji. What a shit last round from Aguilar. But nice for Sumadarji to, capitalize on that, though. And, beat him up. Alright, the fight's over. So I have to plan to buy some new gloves. 5'10", 234. Trying to lose more weight. That's good, man. It's good, man. You know, combat sports is a really good outlet. Okay. What was that? They all scored 30-27. Sounds about right. Yeah, fight was fine, I guess. Got exciting towards the end there. It was acceptable. It was an acceptable fight. Skill-wise, dude, Aguilar looked like shit. Can't believe I picked this with Aguilar. I'm never gonna have a fluke. Dude, I need to stop saying, oh, I think this guy might be able to fluke a finish, dude. Always me and my thinking people gonna fluke a submission for some reason. I don't know why. All I know is that I'm probably gonna pick Jesus Aguilar to lose his next fight. That's what I know with how he fought. Dude, especially if he, fights a guy that's, a KO. Dude, imagine if he fights, a Mano Rodriguez. Mano Rodriguez would sleep Jesus Aguilar. Sleep him. Man, Sumadarji is kind of Sumar Darcy is decent. Okay, he's a really good point fighter. He's really dynamic. And he starts to pick his shots well later on in a fight. And he's got solid offensive grappling as well. No, what's the next fight? Whoever is watching the stream, what's the next fight? I forget. I don't remember. I know Cody Garbrandt's the last fight in the prelims. I don't remember what's in between that. I think there's one more fight. Oh, it's Cody Durden versus Namajangrol Timber Dembril, dude. I think Timber Dembrill's getting chinned. But with my predictions, for all I know, the Durden could get chinned. So I don't know too much about this Dembril, whatever. Yeah, I think Cody Durden should be. That was a slick little submission. Oh, they're showing his highlights. Oh, I remember this guy fighting now. Oh, dude, he's got some slick subs. Dude, he could definitely submit Cody Durden. He could definitely be submitting Cody Durden. I got Cody Durden by KO, but Tevin Debrill's smooth with them submissions, man. Dude, Tevin Debrill's nickname is Art of the Knockout. Dude, he got better submissions than knockouts. What you talking about? What are you talking about? Art of the Knockout. Art of the Knockout. That doesn't even sound like a proper nickname. Noman Jack, Art of the Knockout, Tumen Tembril. Sounds strange. I need a new chair. That's what I need. Dahungo no neserato terabe ani no not neserato Dahungo no. Know that song, A Cruel Angel's Thesis? It's a pretty good song, man. Cody Durden. I'm not confident in that pick at all. Even though I'm picking Cody Durden, I hope the other dude wins because I saw a picture of this dude with this fur suit on in the wilderness with a gun, and it just looks dope. And he looks kind of like Mike Tybeck Orabai, so it just looks cool. And he's got really slick submissions, and he's fun. So I'd like for him to beat Cody Durden. Hopefully he subs him. But I'm picking Cody Durden by TKO. And I'm going to stick with my pick because usually, honestly, the majority of the time when I switch picks the day of, it doesn't go well. Usually it turns out that my original prediction was correct. Even with, not even just with who's going to win, but also methods, too. See the octagon they're in. And they just skip their walkouts. So some preliminary fighters, they'll show the walkouts. And then sometimes they'll decide that they don't want to do the walkouts. It's strange. Very strange. Even though, like, if you're placed later on the prelims, if you're going to do, like, some walkouts you show, some walkouts you don't show on the prelims, you should do the ones that are later on the prelims. You should do the walkouts that are later on the prelims, not the ones that are earlier on the prelims. Because the earlier they are on the prelims, that means, like, the lower level of fight it's supposed to be, right? What's weird about that, it makes it weird that Bellato fight was the early prelim opener. Should have been Tobias versus Nurgazak. I'm not gonna lie, these prelims kind of feel like more of a fight night than a freaking numbered event. Main card's great tonight. Don't get me wrong, but these prelims, man, I mean they're fine, but not really good for a numbered event. Just should have been better. But the UFC doesn't really care about the UFC or the fans or the sport. I don't even know if they care about money because they don't even do their best to generate it. They're just kind of cruising at the UFC's kind of flying on cruise mode, even though they just got $7 billion. Durden's looking like scrambly, like not grappling scrambly, but like scrambling on his feet, you know what I mean? He's going front, back, front, back, front, back. His feet are doing a lot of... There's that takedown from... Oh, turn temporal immediately on a guillotine. Immediately jumps at Gilly. Gilly's still in. Gilly's still in from Tumen Temporal. Dude, if you submit Cody Durden in the first minute like this, it'd be crazy. Durden should be able to get out. That's not super deep. I can't see the full angle on it. What? Paramount Plus. What are you doing? Like the whole screen turned blue for a couple seconds. Oh, that Gilly is tight. Durden looks like his head's about to pop off. He doesn't have the best angle on it, but it is tight. It should be a little more here, but it's kind of here. He's kind of here on it. But he's kind of turning his head over. It's slipping from the neck. It looks like it might be on the chin. And Durden's out. Nice calm work from Durden. Now Durden's in half guard. Ooh, and Tumen Temporal tries to scramble. Durden's got the back. Tumen Temporal stands up, but Durden's kind of halfway on the back. And Tumen Temporal here at elbowing the thigh. Tries to grab the inside of the glove. The ref, Jason Herzog's like, no, don't do that. And we're just going to kind of sit here, I guess, in this spot. Durden. He's resting his head. And take a little nap on Tumen Temporal's back. Yeah. He's slipping off the back, though. He's not really on the back. Tumen Temporal's about to shuck him off. Very nice. And they're back in the center of the octagon. Durden throws a heavy low kick. Tumen Temporal throws a low kick. Durden shoots again immediately. And Tumen Temporal jumps to Gilly. Again. Then gets kneed by Durden to the body as they come up. It's going to take a lot of energy from Tumen Temporal. Is he going to... Okay, he's not going to jump a Gilly again. Durden has him up against the fence, though. What the hell? The lights in the the lights in the freaking octagon like went out for a second. The lights at the venue that went out again. What the hell? The lights are going on and off. Dude, UFC, Paramount gave you $7 billion. What are you doing with it? Anyways, Durden sprawled out on top of Tumen Temporal. Tumen Temporal's in the turtle position. What the fuck is going on? Dude, Paramount, your production quality, jeez. Oh, Tumen Temporal, boom, freaking slams Durden. That was nice. In guard now, in top guard, already starting to pressure forward. Got one leg up, stretched out, looking to stack him here. Got both legs up. Durden's got a leg hooked, but I wouldn't really say it's hooked, more like Tumen Temporal's stapling the arm. Durden is kind of in on an arm bar, but more for the sake of trying to wait for Durden to do something, for Tumen Temporal to do something. Tumen Temporal's moving around, stacking Durden. Tumen Temporal decides to separate from the grappling on the feet. He's like, oh, come here. Let's go, Tumen Temporal. Let's go, Tumen Temporal. Let's go, Tumen Temporal. He's moving around weird. He's like, he's moving his arms weird. I don't know why. But Durden shoots the takedown. Tumen Temporal sprawls. Durden, why are you trying to spam takedowns on this guy? He's got good submissions. I mean, I know, like, you're winning most of the grappling exchanges and you're winning the round, but still. You shouldn't be spamming takedowns like that. Especially because you know he's going to go for those submission attempts and you're going to have to work out of it. It's too much work. Too much energy. And now Tumen Temporal's going to look for another guillotine again. He's got a front headlock on him. He's sprawled out on top, but Durden is doing a nice job at getting back up and shooting for the legs and is in on top. Very nice from Durden. Very nice little reversal from him there. The round's over. 10-9 Cody Durden. 10-9 Cody Durden, round one. Playing a friggin' ad, cool. What's this? Round's about to start. Okay, the round has started. And then we're pretty close range here. Cody Durden is liking that close range, trying not to give Tumen Temporal space. But then he's kind of blitzing out as Tumen Temporal tries to throw a combination, but Tumen Temporal kind of landed there a couple times. Durden immediately in on a takedown again. I don't know why he keeps spamming takedowns. I know it won him round one, but still. In on a leg lock here. In on a heel hook. I mean, it's UFC, and Tumen Temporal's got good jiu-jitsu, good offensive, so I'd assume good defensive. You know, usually when a guy has good offensive jiu-jitsu, you don't usually assume that they're Neil Magny, right? Because you can't defend submissions for shit when it comes to guys that also have good jits. He does not a good defensive jits. Yeah, Darren went for a stupid leg lock for some reason, and now Tumen Temporal's got the back. Because you shouldn't be going for leg locks in the UFC, especially if you're in a lighter weight class. You might be saying, what about Vulture Walker? Well, that's different. He's a heavyweight. And he's really good at that. He's a specialist when it comes to that. But when Vulture doesn't have heel hooks, well, he lost a decision to Lucas Bursky. I know it was short notice, debut, whatever, but it's still a very bad look to lose to Lucas Bursky in the UFC. This guy is ranked like Walter Walker. Durden reversed him. Durden's on top and guard. Tim Temple trying to throw some little pitter-pat ground and pound shots from bottom guard. Does anyone have any substance of answer for me? What's your question, dude? Have any substance of answer? Dude, that's not even a correct sentence. Scrambling a little bit here. Tim Temper's on top now. Durden's trying to go for a gilly. But he's in bottom side control. Bail on that, Durden. Bail on that, Durden. Don't hold a bottom gilly and side control. What are you, a fucking white belt? Shouldn't you know not to do that? Don't fucking do that. Let go of that stupid... All it's going to do is help him advance position. Oh, wow. And now he elbowed you in the face. Congrats, Durden. You're dumb. Big shots from the top from Tim Temple. He's kind of standing, but Durden, stop going for leg locks, you dumbass. Tim Temple's got really good jiu-jitsu. What are you doing? Tim Temple's scrambling and staying on top and just really stacking him here. Durden just has the leg. Tim Temple just walks away because Durden didn't even have a good grip on it. They're on the feet. Tim Temple whiffs on a German Temple with a really slick single there. Dude, I see your comments, but it's the middle of a round right now. I'm obviously not going to answer when it's the middle of a round. Point of this watch party is to be watching UFC fights. And just, you listen to me talk about it, and then you talk to me about what you think about the UFC fights. Doesn't even glance. Ask me. You didn't ask a proper question. What are you talking about? Does anybody have any substance of an answer? Like, that's not... What, can you... Maybe you did rephrase that. In 40 seconds and the round's over, I'll reread your shit. I saw you sent a couple. I'll give you that benefit. Saw it to the corner of my eye. You texted again. Well, the screen goes blue again. Paramount. Jeez. Substance, my answer. Acting like a basic girl. You're acting like a basic rage baiter. Substance, my answer. Yeah, that's not a proper sentence, bud. Tim and Temple's on top here. Got a lot of eye control time here. Round 2. Oh, it says that. Is that total control time? Not just round 1 and 2. It says that in total control time. No, they're throwing here, and Tim and Temple did some good damage with that last 2. Yeah, Tim and Temple won that round. But why did it say that total control time? Not round 2, but total control time. Tim and Temple has 3 minutes, 43 seconds, and Cody Durden has like 2 minutes, 40 seconds. That's not true. Cody Durden has... that might be true. But that round... You know what? Yeah, that sounds fine. Yes or no, and I will leave. Please substance my answer. What does that even mean? You need to, like... Does anyone have any substance of answer for me? Does anyone have any substance of answer for me? He asked me my own question, and he doesn't even glance. I did glance, bud. Okay. You're acting like a basic girl. You're acting like a rage baiter. What is even that? What are you talking, man? What do you... I see, jeez, I'm talking like you now. What are you talking about, man? You haven't asked a proper question. I am sub-Sahara. I am African. Okay? I have Africa. Dude, what are you talking about? Are you on some illegal substances right now? Tim and Temple trying to trip out Cody Durden. He got the back. Durden's not doing much right now, not even able to scramble because he gassed himself out, like just freaking spamming takedowns early on. Cody Durden's stupid. The Paramount screen keeps going blue. If that happens one more time, I'll do absolutely nothing, but it is annoying. Tim Tembrill's got hooks in on the back. Can I sub? Yeah, sure. You can sub. Ba-da-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba. 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 And Durden's got the back here. Reversed him. And Tim Tembrill's about to reverse him again because Durden's gassed the fuck out. And Tim Tembrill's smart. Yeah, Durden. I'm glad Durden's losing. I don't care that I picked him by TKO. And then in hindsight, it's kind of stupid. But I would have switched my pick if I could, but I can only do that on my phone. Going on Verdict, but I'm streaming on my phone. And I don't have any other devices besides my phone and my TV. Durden trying to go for a shitty throw, and Tim Tembrill just immediately gets the back. Durden, why do you suck? Tim Tembrill in a really good spot here. Has a body triangle here. Looking for a rear naked. Please submit Cody Durden for me. Can you submit Cody Durden for me? Tim Tembrill, please. Please. Do not. You are far too intelligent. Do not substance my answer. I have a nephew who wants to become pilot. You're making me bite my fingernails, my friend. I don't know what the hell you are talking about. I'm very confused, my friend. Tim Tembrill and Tugman here. I feel like half the people in my live chat are freaking trolling. No one's talking about the fights. That kind of pisses me off. No one's talking about the fights except me. I have not done this in years. What are you talking about? Cody Durden scribbles on top. He's in guard. He's kind of grapevining from guard. Or no, Tim Tembrill was like grapevining from bottom guard. Tim Tembrill's got a nasty little like bleeding on the front of his shin. The hell did that happen? What was it like from scrap? Was from the canvas? Had to have been from the canvas, I guess, caused his shin to start bleeding. But Durden's on top here, anyways. How old do you do? Why does everyone want to know my age? I'm 17 and a half. Jesus. Oh, wow. Yeah, I love Jesus, too. He was a great prophet. Jesus, peace be upon him, was a prophet of God. So, of course, I love Jesus, yeah. Love from UK. Cool. Well, you're from the UK. If you're from the UK, I trust that you give a shit about fights, and Durden is kind of pounding them here with these shady little ground and pound shots. As Tim Tembrill tries standing up. Bye. Okay, bye. UK is suck. UK is suck? Don't you mean UK sucks? Or the UK sucks? And Durden just holding the back as Tim Tembrill's kind of standing up. Cody Durden's toes are inside the fence. They're not anymore, but he's like hanging off the back as Tim Tembrill's in a tripod position here. Durden's about to fall off. His head is on the canvas. His neck is bending. And Tim Tembrill gets him off, and Tim Tembrill is in top guard. Pitter pat ground and pound shots from Durden. Durden's smiling for some reason. You're losing. Why? Oh, wow. Durden has more control time in round 3. More control time in round 3. Well, yeah, damage. There's a little bit of damage done. Whoa! Whoa! Ground a knee to an opponent after the bell from Tim Tembrill. I don't like Tim Tembrill anymore. That was fucked. After the bell, knee to a grounded opponent. That's insane. That's insane. Tim and Temporal. What was that for? They might give that to Cody. I don't know if I might give it to Tim and Temporal. I don't know. Not really. No, I do give a shit because I want Tim and Temporal to succeed. And I don't care about my pick. I got all my preliminary XP on verdict is all on Cody Durden. But I don't want Cody Durden to win the decision. I think the third round was close. But I think they're not gonna do okay. Well, they're not gonna do anything about him kneeing him in the face on the ground after the bell. Cool. Cool. No repercussions for that. Cool. Even though there should be repercussions. If this is the UFC 10 years ago, he would have at least gotten a point taken away. And then would have been at best a draw for him. Yeah, let's hear the judges. I think Tim and Turnbull got it. Hello. 30-27 is insane. The lights went off. Tim and Turnbull wins. The crowd is simultaneously cheering and booing. Cheering and booing. Crazy. Yeah, Tim and Turnbull wins the decision. Controlled him. I worked him. I scrambled him. Cool. Whatever. Alright, what am I writing down in my notes? Durden looked like shit. Durden. Yes. Oh, what's the next fight? Is that Ricky Tercios? Looked. Oh, I know what fight. It's fucking. What is it? Long Zhao. That's Long Zhao, right? I'm pretty sure. So this is the last preliminary fight. Because the loss. No, that's not him. What's that last name there? I don't remember. This dude is. Oh, it's Alberto Montez versus Ricky Tercios. Yeah. Or no, not Ricky Tercios. Whoever he's fighting. I don't know. I made predictions and I don't even remember. Yeah, Ricky Tercios. I was right. So I don't know. Then why did the other guy... There was another guy in Ricky Tercios is like... So in like the room where you see them training before the fight, Tercios wasn't training. He was sitting down and wearing gear and just like staring at the wall. But then there was another dude wearing UFC shorts. I couldn't see what the last name was. It was an Asian dude. But he was wearing UFC shorts and he was training with him. With a guy from Ricky's team. That was confusing. But they had Holloway and Charles do a face-off in the octagon yesterday or something. That's so weird. Max has been saying that they had to do like 5 face-offs like before Saturday. It's kind of stupid. Doesn't make any sense. Sounds pretty awkward too. And unnecessary. Now, they already faced off with the weigh-ins. They already faced off with the ceremonial weigh-ins. They already faced off at, before the fight. They already faced off at the press conference. Since it's a pay-per-view. I don't see, they need to make them do anymore. Then they got the little Paramount thing where they have them go in their little circle with all the cool lighting and just stand in front of each other. I mean, it's crazy that that's what Paramount considers promotion. Oh, wow. Doing a couple more face-offs. But that doesn't really do anything now, does it? Doesn't add any promotion. It's, oh, wow. They're staring at each other for the 6th time this week. Cool. What we need to do is, like, face-to-face interviews like they did with, like, Masvidal and Till, like they did with a lot of fights before the COVID era. You know, a lot of new UFC fans wouldn't understand why the UFC used to promote their fights. It's how they got so popular. They used to promote them really well. But, well, times have changed. Times have changed. I mean, I guess I'm technically a newer UFC fan. I've been watching it for only a few years, I guess. 3-4 years, whatever. But, like, I've watched back a lot of the earlier UFC cards. And I've watched a lot of older fights. That's kind of like, when I started being a UFC fan, I just watched old fights. Like, full old UFC cards. And, like, specifically big name fighters and just all sorts of fighters and fight cards from old UFC. But now I don't really watch old fights that often anymore. Sometimes I'll be a little, like, interested, be like, wow, I haven't seen this one fight before. Watch that. Why not? Yeah. I mostly just watch fights live that happen currently. Or I'll watch back fights that I think are robberies. I watch back recent fights more so than I watch back older fights now. Ones that I think are robberies I watch them to break it down and understand the fight more. Because I view watching UFC cards less as entertainment and more as homework. So I point out, like, when a guy's doing something good, when a guy's doing something shit. And it's, oh, well, take note, don't do that. Either because, oh, well, I know that this leads to that, or I see a guy do that, and it leads to that. You know? Or it's, oh, the specific thing, the specific technique he's doing isn't necessarily a bad technique, it's just the way he's doing it. Right? So, and it helps with my fight IQ, honestly. Watching fights every weekend. And then you watch fights for 6 hours straight. You know, you really think about fighting. It does improve your fight IQ if you train. And if you genuinely pay attention to the fights and you take note of what's going on. Whether that mean mentally or literal notes. Like that shit Bellato did, I'm definitely going to be using that. Definitely going to be using that, for sure. I'm going to use that on Monday morning. That's when I'm going to use it. Or Monday evening. But, yeah, I'm going to probably drill in on the bag a little bit tomorrow while Bellato is doing said last sequence of pushing in the clinch. And, that freaking hook. But I want to get it, like, figure out a takedown to do from there after I land that hook on the chin. So I can get to the spots Bellato was getting to. If it's here, and then just, like, dive for a double, like, kind of off to the side and, like, collect their legs. And then just pop, 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 pop. And just, like, fast ground and pound shots like he was doing. Then use it to, like, work into a better position like he did. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I like to think about stuff like that a lot. I'm tired already. It's tiring talking for hours on end. Especially when, like, in a way, like, I mean, it's a specific type of tiring, you know, like, but if you were to ask me, like, what would I rather be, like, training all day? Not necessarily cardio, but like, would I rather be, like, drilling, like, techniques for multiple hours on end? Or I guess, would I rather be training for a whole day or watching fights for a whole day? I'd rather be training for a whole day, okay? I love to train. I love fighting. I watch fights because it'll get me better at fighting. And I just love watching fights. I love the UFC. I don't like a lot of the direction it's going in, but even as the UFC is probably starting to go to shit, I'm still going to be watching. Dude, Alberto Montez's rib cage is insane. Oh, they're in the octagon, by the way. Just so you guys know. Gotta put the glasses back on. Alberto Montez looks like Ilya Turo. Just a knockoff Ilya, basically. He's in good shape, though. Pretty vascular. Ricky Turcios is facing the opposite direction, got his back to his opponent. He is not in as good a shape. You know, he's got his freaking... We got Ilya Turo versus Shaggy. Ricky Shaggy Turcios. That's not his actual nickname, but I'm calling him Shaggy. I'm picking Alberto Montez, but he's off the Contender Series, so it might even not be that good, and he might just get embarrassed by Ricky Turcios, even though Ricky's not that good. And I might just get another pick wrong. Who knows? I'm like 1-3. So, that's cool. That's cool. I'm 1-3. Fantastic, right? Kerry Hatley. Kerry Hatley's a shit ref, right? Hasn't he had... I don't know, he's... His face, like, I've seen him ref, but I don't remember. He's not as much of a memorable ref as others. A memorable shit ref is like Dave Murgliata, dude. Dave Murgliata is like a senile, geriatrical man. Not senile, but he's like a geriatrical man, basically. Ricky Turcios got the guard down. He's like, doing shitty fainting and just freaking, like bouncing and, like, hard step fainting, kind of. You know, if I was Montez, you know, that is the only time where I would throw naked a head kick. Like, oh, you want to do that? Boom, head kick. That's just me. That's just me. But I get it. You don't know if he, like, maybe he wants you to throw. Maybe he does. But Turcios landed a couple jabs and a body kick there. Low kick. Montez lands a low kick off the front foot. Nice little stepping jab there. Little body jab. I like the way Montez keeps his head off the center line. Turcios in on a takedown. Doesn't get it, and now they're in the clinch up against the fence. Kyle for decision, and Max for stoppage. I have Max for stoppage as well. I think Max is going to TKO. I have Kyle by TKO, but he's probably going to win a decision. I think he's going to win a TKO, but I understand that the majority of times that if they fought 10 times, the majority of the time Kyle will win by decision. Ricky Turcios is back act. No, that's not acne. He's got, like, spots on his back. I forgot that he had spots on his back. I don't know why. But he's just kind of really gripping onto this man's wrist in the clinch here. Little body knee from Turcios. Little mini body knee. Thank you, Lewis, for actually saying something related to the fights. Unlike everyone else. Jeff Montez. But if that's you saying that I should bet, then I'm not going to bet. I don't gamble. I've made predictions, but Turcios whiffed, but he did land a low kick. Montez throws a combination, lands a 2. Montez, like, his technique looks good, but, like, he's not really landing shit, and his spacing isn't the best. But it's also in due part because Turcios is moving around like a maniac. Turcios moving around like a maniac, and he's in the clinch. He's got him up against the fence in the clinch again. Up against the fence in the clinch again, and he's bolting forward with shitty 1s and 2s, pushing his face. Montez with a nice little elbow. They're back out in the center. Elbow don't look like it landed that well, but Tercios is backing up after that. He does not want to strike. Nice jab, too, from Montez. Nice jab, too, from Montez. Knee to the head in the clincher. Montez. Tercios reverses. They're in the clinch up against the fence, but Montez reverses. Being really rough on that head. Tercios' 1-2 gets blocked. Nice defense from Tercios. Nice 1-2 from Montez. Some shots back from Tercios. Well, not nice. That technique was kind of weird. Some clean straights land for Tercios. A little combination. Lands from Montez. 2 lands from Montez. Another 2 lands from Montez. Not like shots from Montez are landing, man. Elbow from Montez in the clinch. Knee to the body from Montez in the clinch. Tercios has him up against the fence in the clinch, but he's going for a takedown here. Montez is not pummeling him, but he's hitting him in the face with uppercuts as Tercios trying to go for a takedown. He's losing grip of the leg. A nice reversal from Montez. Nice angle the way he cut to. Nice head movement from Montez. But he should have used that. Nice jab. Nice 2 from Montez. Nice angle and nice movement from Montez. Low kick from Montez. I like the way Montez is handling Tercios' rapid movement. I think Montez is going to end up winning this fight. I think Tercios is going to wear himself out. I don't really see the goal with what Tercios is doing. He's just kind of being a maniac, moving too much. He's not really sitting down in his shots, so he's not really, like, he's barely landing his shots. He's already a little busted up. Fast T for Montez. Another T for Montez. Montez moving forward. Moving forward, just kind of stalking forward. Pushing that forward left angle. Got to be in relaxed with it. Switches stances and throws a lead question mark kick. Doesn't land. Throws a lead side kick. Lead hook. Switches stance. Hook. Okay. Okay, so kind of styling on him a little bit at the end there. Hello. He's kind of styling Tercios at the end there. Wow, Tercios looks hurt. He's going, ah, in the corner right now. Ah. His face is hurt. Busted up lip. Got some marking over his eyes. Near his eyebrow. Looks like his eye's gonna, it's like slightly swelling up. And he's got a black eye under his other eye as well. Montez is landing the shot. Oh, that's fine. There's a little mini eye poke there. Oh, and they don't even say anything. Kind of an eye poke. I don't know. It was like this. It was like, it could have been here, but it also could have been here. You know what I mean? It could have been on the eyebrow. Where he landed that, he was trying to throw. I think he was trying to either push his face to throw, and it worked because he landed that shot. But when he pushed his face, like his thumb was here. But I think it was above the eye. It might have been in the eye. Like Tercios could have been doing this because he's hurt, or it could have been because he got his eye smushed. Either way, I'm surprised the commentators and the ref didn't say anything. Montez is rushing forward. Nice body head. Tercios shoots a takedown, and Montez sprawls really well, and he is in on an anaconda, but more like turned into an arm and guillotine, but now it's turning into an anaconda, and he's got an anaconda synced in. It's synced in. It's in. It's in. He's out. He's out. Alberto Montez choked Ricky Tercios out cold in round 2. When an anaconda choke. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see that. Dude. the way he just sat into that, real nice. Boom, coming into that side and just like working himself into it like that. And the way he flipped him over and then just walked his legs in and just squeezed, got real tight. Dude, that was a sick anaconda choke. He had that so tight, dude. Really nice. I'm sure Joe Rogan is freaking ecstatic right now. But I have it on low volume, so you guys can't hear because, I mean, I'm your commentary. I'm not going to be playing UFC commentary while I'm streaming. It gets in the way. Plus, UFC commentary generally isn't that good. Sometimes it's fine. And it also depends on who it is. And also who certain people are with. Like, Daniel Cormier is usually not good, but he's good with certain people, right? And Daniel Cormier is with Joe Rogan, for example. He's a bad commentator. And he talks about nonsense. He doesn't really talk about what's going on. Same with Anik. Anik's not that great either, especially when he's with DC and Joe. He talks about nonsense and doesn't talk about what's going on. But when DC is with Paul Felder, he knows that Paul Felder is the best commentator. He knows that Paul Felder does actual play-by-play commentary. And so, what DC is competitive. So, he actually does play-by-play commentary with him. So, DC and Paul Felder go well together. So, I only like DC on commentary if it's with Paul Felder. Hopefully, they let him actually give a post-fight speech. But what do I mean? They've been giving him post-fight speeches. Got brain damage, man. Serious speech, I guess. Can he speak English? He doesn't have a freaking translator, so he can. Cool. If I grab it, it's over. And it was over.
He really didn't have a chance to tap before he was out. Well, I'm not surprised about that. I always when I grab it, it's quick. You know? Well, looking it up on the big screen. Now you have a bunch of different ways to do this, but this way you did it was the traditional way. You grab the crux of the elbow. When I grab it, I know it's over. That's that. And then this person was trying to use with my elbows. Well,
No, I mean, he had time to tap. Well, actually, no, we didn't. You're right, Jeff. He went to tap. Seeing that replay, Tercios did go to tap, but went out right before he could do it. That was a good UFC debut, yeah.
I want to say just a couple words. My coach striking is part of our team. I think missing because he had like a mental problems and you know he took his life.
Oh,
So I want to say just like
striking coach committed suicide.
you need to talk with someone. I know you're gonna find someone you
Need to talk with someone.
hear you know. And I really miss you, Kevin.
Nice little speech there.
Thank you very much for an amazing fight.
Nice little mini speech there from Alberto Montez. Alberto Montez is balding. And it was... Yeah, it sucks for Montez's striking coach died. What do you say his name was, Kevin? Yeah. So Alberto got a little emotional there. Oh, he's... oh, this is weird. All his coaches are shooting in on him, and he's getting anaconda chokes on all three of his coaches. That's funny. That's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. All right. Mason Fowler, UFC BJJ light heavyweight champion. I don't care.